I got a question.
I stand by Zach.
All right, anybody but Zach and Tim got a question. Elliot.
Yeah, I don't like Zach that much. Is Jordan Davis going to be active on Sunday?
Yeah, he's had a good week so far. Obviously, don't have to make a decision yet. I don't tell you guys about that stuff yet. But he's looking good. He's looking good, and we're hopeful.
Nick, in the time you've been around, the coaches you've been around, why do you think, or how does it compare in terms of the way Stout connects with that group versus any other coaches you've seen and their groups?
Well, to be fair, I've been Stout's a great coach. I've been around a lot of great coaches, so I don't want to say, you understand what I'm saying? So Stout, let's just talk. Why is he so good? Yeah. Well, he's detailed. He's demanding. He tries to put the players in the best possible position. How do you do that? You put the players in the best possible position. One, by what they do well, right? Two, you put them in that best possible position based off of what the defense is doing and what you do well. And three, you equip them to how to do it, right? And so he does all those things. And he just leaves no stone unturned. He's very detailed. He gets the best out of those guys because he's demanding on them. And I just love the way he coaches. And the guys, clearly the guys respond to that and play well for him. And so he just does so many things the right. He's about personal relationships too, where it's not just all ball. He's talking to him about other things as well, and that goes a long way as well because that connecting piece is a big part of getting the most out of the guys that you can. And then credit to the players too. We got some really good guys there in that. But no, Stout is a stud. I'm glad we have him. And to me, he's the best. All right, he's the best, and he just there's so many different things. I could sit here and list all the different things that he does, the amount of time that he puts in. He's going to be in here today until for a while working on different things. So I could go on and on and on about Stout, but I'll let Zach and Tim get their next question in.
What have you noticed out of AJ this week?
Just business as usual. I haven't noticed anything different, which is exactly what I'd like to see. Just nothing out of the ordinary. Just get himself ready to play this game like you would get ready to play another game. And that's what I've seen out of him all week.
How's CJ? And have you guys made a decision about IR?
Not yet. We're getting some more information back today. I talked to him last night. He's in fine spirits, right? He's obviously he's upset that he doesn't, he's not, I'll keep him in his conversations private, but, obviously anybody in this scenario is going to be upset that they're potentially not going to be able to play for, a couple weeks or this and that. But you know what? He was still, himself on the phone, like he was still Chauncey, right? And he was still, bringing energy to the conversation, making me laugh, making me get excited to go again. And, I really appreciate him being on this football team because obviously he makes a lot of plays, right? That's first and foremost. And then secondly, he just brings a lot of juice to the team. And, he's always ready to go. He's always excited to be there. We'll miss that while he's gone.
As the weather gets colder here and some of these games you have coming up, does anything change in terms of the way you guys approach the game, call the game, play the game?
Yeah, you always, as far as just straight cold, no. But you always are alert of the rain. You're always alert of the wind, of course. So that always affects it. Wind, rain always affects it. Now, tons of snow. I think what was it, Philly versus Detroit. I mean, then that's obviously different. That's obviously different because you got to be able to handle those types of elements. But as far as just the cold, but again, I get it. There's been those games where it's like minus whatever, and we're not there yet for me to say anything with those games. Obviously, they'd have those seats heated up a little bit more and the blowers going a little bit heavier, but it's always about wind and rain. There was a game that we can definitely learn from the Jets and the Bears this week. We'll learn from that in our situational Saturday meeting tomorrow when we'll talk about the elements of that game and the things that we'd have to be ready for. So again, you just try to put yourself in as many scenarios as you possibly can and put the guys in the scenarios they possibly can. So the first time you do it, it's not in the weather in the bad weather. So again, like I say, the weather is an advantage or a disadvantage to the team that thinks that it's an advantage or a disadvantage. And so we'll be ready to handle all that. And we like the fact that, we get to play, teams, from warmer climates here late in the year. And so because we know how to handle it, we'll practice outside. That'll be one thing. Unless it's like a lightning storm or too much rain in a lightning storm or thunder, lightning, then we're going to be outside and we'll get used to practicing outside. Bob, I'm not done talking yet. Stop inching up. All right. Is that a Millersville hat?
It is.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do, just to piss off Bob.
You do that often.
I know. How much, and I'm not asking you what you learned, Derrick Henry only had 39 yards rushing last week. So obviously you guys are looking at that stuff. How much have you learned from what Cincinnati did?
Yeah, you look at everybody's game plan and look what everyone's doing, and we know that's what happens to our offense too. That you'll have to be ready to repeat to get answers fixed that you didn't have for the last game. We know that, but then again, you still got to play. It's about putting the players in the best position. But it can't just always be a copy and paste. That's not how, because you don't have the same players as Cincinnati. You have different strengths, different weaknesses than the guys of Cincinnati. So, you look at it, you look at different things, but there's a happy median there of you putting the guys in the right spot, you knowing how to coach those guys in that spot, and then also what your guys can do.
Are we good?
Yeah.